We have a ceiling fan. We're going to install it, show you how simple it is to do. And what we're going to do is take the pieces out, lay them out on the table, and what we're going to be using. Trust me, when we put this fan together, we're going to make a mistake or two, not on purpose. I don't have the instructions anymore, but I kind of know how everything goes together and show you how quickly and simple this is. It really is. This is the LED. You take all three screws out, you take the cover out. Over here is a module that you're going to simply snap together. You're going to pull on the cable, attach the module, and you're going to line the screws up that will match like for like. Lay this down like so, and remove all the screws that are on the base. Even on top over here, there are screws to be removed. Take your ceiling fan. There is a single hole, and there are other holes that you're going to try your best to line up. You take the screws that have the flat heads that came out and place one on. Work your blades around because you're going to find out that there is a system to this. Okay, so there's a lot of things you need to do here that you want to take your time and get things on there correctly. This is a cover. You're going to line up the holes and put the screws that came off on. This covers the motor. How simple is that? Now the next step is the pipe. Notice there is a screw here. It has a hole. There's no screws here. So this is where it's very important that you pay attention on how to put this together. You're now going to slide all your wiring through this bar. If you want this fan super tight up against the ceiling, you use the short bar. You want it drop down a little lower, you use this particular bar. There are two holes here that you get a coupler pin. And what you're going to do is loosen up these two screws that are on the Y type of cylinder here. As you loosen them up, this will drop in. Take the coupler pin off and start to feel through. Very simple to do. If you have difficulty, go get an aug. An aug is like a little point that allows you to wiggle in there. Now you're going to tighten this all up. This is a cover that's going to cover that. You're going to take all this. It's got a ring, a clear ring that's going to give it a little pressure. Now I got to take this little screw off to get this on. Please forgive me. As I slide it down and cover everything, all the nuts and bolts are covered. This is important. This is your cover that goes on the ceiling, that goes onto this, that locks into place like so. Goes this particular way. So now we understand how this goes. We're going to slide our wires through. Everything looks good. We then take this particular piece. This is a gimbal, a half a gimbal. You're going to put your wires through. Slide them down. You're going to take this bolt, slide it through the hole, and you get two screws. And what you're going to do now is lift up, and you're going to look for that little hole that's behind me, and you're going to now put the screw in. So now this won't drop down. It's held on there nice and tight. The other one that goes on the opposite side over here is going to hold this nice and solid into place. So now that we're all done, everything's installed, we go work on the sailing. We work on the electric. And all we got to do now is just hang our fan, use the remote control, and we're all hooked up. This is the receiver. One will get plugged in over here. The other leads will get plugged in over here. And the last set of leads will get hooked up to the AC over here. This gets put into the upper part of the base over here. And that's what it's going to look like when it's closed. And there is your sailing fan. The last thing you need to do is put that plastic cover on. Now that we are finished, I hope the assembly was very simple for you. We're going to have to find a spot with this fan and hook it up a later date. So when I show you how this thing runs and works, you may be very interested in getting one for your needs. Summer, fall, winter, whenever. Cold air will come down, hot air will be brought up, depending on the way the speed is. If you go upward, that's where the heat would bring down from the sailing. If you pull down, that's where the cold air would be brought down with your air conditioner. So I hope this video was helpful in some way. Let's show you the actual use of the fan. You put the bracket up. Make sure you get some washers underneath the screw for this particular kit. We got the fan. Do our best to balance it. We got all these wires. They all get hooked up to different areas of the sailing fan's receiver. Lock your cover into place. Lock it down gently. I kid you not. I'm ready for that fan, and here's that remote. Oh, look at that. Magic. I got to pair the remote. Could you shut the light off, please? Turn it on again. Within 30 seconds of the beep, the remote is paired. So we're going to shut the light off. We're going to put the fan on 5. I think it's spinning. Woo, there we go. That is the sailing fan for you. And how do you like your new sailing fan?
Nice.
Here's your remote. And that's how simple it is to install. If your remote control doesn't work with the receiver, all you got to do is turn it off, turn it on, listen for that first beep within 30 seconds, hold this button down for 5 full seconds. There we go. I hope you enjoyed this product. The sailing fan is beautiful and fits in the area. The only thing I didn't show you, take the cover off. You never need to change these bulbs. They last forever. All those LEDs, you put the cover on by simply turning. I hope you enjoy your product, and thank you very much for viewing.